Blog Talk Radio. Hi everyone, this is Camille from sunny California, and you're listening to the Coffee Chat with Camille show, which is a podcast series that interviews various guests about real life topics for people who love to learn. Hello everyone, we have a great topic. It is mindfulness with health and wellness coach Annie Delre. Annie Delre is a nationally board certified coach who's worked with hundreds of both men and women over the past 3 years. Annie's clients range from teens up to 84-year-olds. Although she has experience coaching with men, she markets her coaching services toward women only. Because of her background as a graduate college admissions counselor, she really likes to work with students and or young professionals. Okay, you can set up your appointment with Annie by visiting her Calendly at calendly.com/Annie Delre, spelled Annie, A-N-N-I-E, Delre, D-E-L-R-E, /45 minutes. Schedule just a free 45-minute confidence and clarity call where you can discuss which means you and her can discuss your goals and challenges. This session is lightening, focused on a goal and an action step or two to leave with to accomplish the goal to overcome your challenge. Okay? So actually, Annie is on hold. All right, so let's get into and start our interview. Yay! Hi again, Annie. Thank you so much for holding. Hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm so happy to have you on. And so we're going to go ahead and get into the interview. So what do you find is the biggest wellness challenge, and how do you overcome it?
Well, this may sound basic or maybe even a bit silly, but the biggest challenge is acknowledging that you have a challenge. So as opposed to saying, like, I have extreme anxiety, to say, I really have trouble at my job and my boss is bringing me anxiety. So then there can be goals set around the anxiety with your boss as opposed to this general theme. There's plenty of things, techniques to do around the general theme, but understanding the root cause will bring, I believe, more success.
Okay, excellent. And then how do you help your clients with health and wellness?
I do something that's called the wellness wheel, or some people know it as the wheel of life. And if you were to think of a pizza pie with different slices, they're different areas of your life. So, for example, occupation, physical health, your finances, their wellness journey with bringing that clarity. Kind of like what I said before, the idea of bringing clarity to what's going on so that you can address that specific challenge. And then we go from there. Usually we also discuss their strengths and values, so we make sure that they're playing to that and living a life of their values.
Okay, thank you. And how do you build confidence?
Ooh, okay. I love talking about confidence. If you can't tell, like, oh my gosh. Because I do feel that a lot of people have trouble overcoming challenges because of their lack of confidence in themselves. So if I may, I'll just give 3 very quick exercises that you can do for that. Number 1, make a list of all your compliments. Any compliment you get, friends, family, coworkers. Some of my clients, especially if they come like depressed or with low confidence, they tell me, I've never received a compliment, which, it's hard to believe, but when you're feeling that way, it does feel as if you've never been complimented. So it's go to your family or friends or boss and say, what am I doing right? And get that first compliment. The next thing is writing your achievements. And this does not have to be that you graduated school or anything. It can be that you spoke up in a meeting when you usually wouldn't. That's an achievement. You smiled or said hi to a stranger, and you normally would never do that. So celebrating your achievements, big and small. And the final is write a letter to your future self. And you write it as if all of your goals already happened. So, Annie, I'm so proud of you for writing your second book, and it's a bestseller. I'm so proud of you for keeping healthy relationships and prioritizing your physical health. So those are just 3 things that you could do literally today to start building your confidence.
Okay. And then what? And then what is one? Yeah, that's excellent. And then what is one piece of advice you'd give for people struggling with low self-confidence?
I would tell them to start putting themselves out of their comfort zone. And it doesn't have to be something crazy. It doesn't have to be ask out your crush. But again, I'll give that a small example of smiling at someone. Because when you realize, wow, 2 minutes of uncomfortableness made me feel good for 2 hours, it's worth building that confidence in yourself that you can do these things, and guess what? You won't fall apart. Or you're not going to embarrass yourself talking to the person in line waiting for food. And that will give you confidence for later conversations, like speaking up for yourself, asking for a raise, having a difficult conversation with your partner. But you did these little, no-risk things to help build that confidence in yourself.
Okay, thank you. And then why is building a mindfulness practice so important?
Okay, so with that is kind of like what I was saying in the beginning of you don't know what you don't know. So how can you fix something that you haven't even acknowledged is something that you struggle with? And I like to say there's 3 steps. You educate yourself first, you build your mindfulness around it, and that leads to the behavior change, whatever that behavior change may be. But the idea of growing mindfulness is super important because you can't change unless you've narrowed down what you're struggling with.
Okay. And then what is work or life balance, and how do you accomplish it?
Okay. So I love talking about work-life balance because I like to kind of not burst people's bubbles, but allow them to know that there's really no such thing as work-life balance, to change that word balance to harmony. So unless you're a person who's super, 100% says, I want to do work just as much as I am with my family, but for the most part, people don't want to have their only identity at work. They want to be home more with the kids. They want to spend more time with their partner. If they're single, they may want to spend more time with friends or even alone. So being honest with yourself, do I want balance, or do I really want a job that allows me weekends off? Do I want balance, or do I want a boss that doesn't email me at all hours and expect a response within an hour? So being clear of, okay, let me change this mindset of that everything needs to be 50-50 between work and personal life.
Okay. Then how do you navigate high school or college when overwhelmed?
Ooh. So I know I keep kind of repeating myself, but these are the simple things that people aren't doing. is asking for help, number one, and realizing you are not alone. 95% of the students in your class are also overwhelmed, and many people, especially in high school, feel like they're the only ones. Feel like they're the only ones that can't keep up, the only ones that have unrealistic expectations. They're the only ones that are pressured by their parents for school, and that's just comforting to know you're not alone. And then you can be more honest with your peers and your family to help cope with that. So even if it's a study group, right? But people didn't know that you were failing math because you didn't talk about it.
Okay. And then for our last question, what self-development advice would you give a teenager?
Something in general would be the idea of focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. And realize that you're just starting out, and this plan for the future and stop focusing so much on the present. Don't worry about the prom. Don't worry about the prom. You'll see pictures of it years from now, but who you went with, what you danced, and your outfit do not matter, right? But at the time, it feels very, very important to remind them how you acted in high school is not going to affect your job. Like, adults won't even know that what high school you went to or how you acted for the most part, right?
Yes, excellent. Okay, and then, that wasn't the last question. What is your favorite coffee or hot beverage?
Ooh, probably a white mocha. I'm sitting here drinking crappy coffee. That's why I'm like, oh, I'm disgusted. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Annie. Thank you very much for your insight and for your wonderful answers too. And our audience can definitely benefit from your, or just from you being here and helping them with their health and wellness. Okay, and thank you, and please take care, and bye for now.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. It's been such a pleasure. Bye for now.
Bye.
Okay, everyone. That was the lovely Annie Delre. Yeah. She's just like wonderful, full of energy, and amazing. And so it was just, like I told her, it was just a privilege to have her on. And I think I missed her last time for whatever reasons, but I'm so glad that we were actually able to, we meaning you all, my listeners and audience, that you all were able to hear her wonderful wisdom and her coaching. She was actually giving us some coaching advice right there. So please do check in or use the Calendly link. It is Annie Delre /45 minutes. You can also find this at Blog Talk Radio, Coffee Chat with Camille. And if you look under this episode called Mindfulness with Health and Wellness Coach Annie Delre, you'll be able to see in the show description the link, okay? And you will be able to schedule a free 45-minute confidence and clarity discussion where you can get your goals and challenges discussed with Annie, okay? And so this will end our lovely show. All right. So everyone, you continue to have a happy Friday and a beautiful weekend. And I think I believe I have a guest tomorrow. We'll see. But if not, I for sure do next week. All right? So everyone, take care of your wonderful selves out there. Thank you so much for listening to the show. You can also receive and listen to a lot of my shows on every streaming, I guess you call it a streaming service. So Spotify, Apple, and all the rest of them. I can't name them all right now. And you can for sure find them at our website, which is coffeechatwithcamille.com. Okay? I'm actually trying to do some redecorating of the site right now, but it's up. Okay? It's fully functioning. I have different movie stars I have movie stars to professionals like Annie, who we had on today, and just amazing people, okay, that have been on the show so far. And we're getting pretty close to our 100th episode, and also to 500 listens. I think I'm only at 500 here, but overall I'm more than that. So, but bottom line is growing, slowly growing, and still trying to get my YouTube up. So patience is a virtue, correct, everyone? Again, thank you for listening to this wonderful episode of Mindfulness with Health and Wellness Coach Annie Delre. Bye for now, everyone. Thank you for listening to Coffee Chat with Camille.